Maya was a young journalist. She loved her job because it let her chase the truth. She was always curious, always asking questions. One day, while walking home from work, she passed by a small old shop. Its dusty window was full of strange items: old clocks, books, and trinkets. Something shiny caught her eye. It was a pen. The pen was placed on a wooden box, glowing faintly in the sunlight. Maya felt a strange pull toward it. She went inside the shop. "How much for the pen?" she asked the shopkeeper, an old man with a wrinkled face. The man smiled. "This pen is special," he said. "It belonged to someone who loved secrets, but it will only reveal its power to the right person." Maya laughed. "It's just a pen," she said, handing him some money. The man gave her the pen. As she left, he whispered, "Be careful. The pen doesn't just write, it tells stories." Maya thought the old man was joking. She put the pen in her bag and forgot about it. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She picked up the pen and decided to test it. She wrote on a blank piece of paper, "Hello, world." But the paper looked blank. She frowned. Maybe the pen was broken. The next night, as moonlight filled her room, Maya saw something strange. The blank paper now had words written on it. It wasn't her message. Instead, it read, "The truth hides in the shadows. Follow the whispering streets at midnight." Maya's heart raced. What did this mean? Who wrote it? She held the pen tightly, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. This wasn't just a pen. It was a key to something bigger, and Maya couldn't wait to find out what. Maya couldn't stop thinking about the strange words on the paper. Every night, she sat by her desk, holding the pen. She wrote random things like, "Who are you?" or "What do you want?" But nothing happened during the day. The paper stayed blank, and Maya began to wonder if she was imagining things. Then, one night, under the soft glow of the moon, more words appeared on the paper. "Truth waits in the shadows. Follow the whispering streets at midnight." Maya read the message again and again. Whispering streets? Shadows? What did it mean? Her heart pounded. She felt like the pen was trying to guide her. But to where? She decided to test it. The next night, she waited until it was late, almost midnight. The streets outside her apartment were quiet. She wrapped a scarf around her neck and stepped outside, the pen tucked safely in her pocket. The air was cold, and the street lights cast long shadows on the ground. Maya walked slowly, listening carefully. At first, everything was silent. Then she heard it, a soft sound, like a faint whisper. It came from a narrow alley just ahead. Maya hesitated. Her hands felt cold, not from the weather, but from fear. What if this was dangerous? But her curiosity pushed her forward. She followed the sound into the alley. The whispers grew louder, but she couldn't understand the words. Suddenly she saw something on the ground, a small piece of paper. She picked it up and held it under the moonlight. The words were written in the same strange ink. Keep going. You are closer than you think. Maya's heart raced. Who was leaving these messages? Why? She didn't have the answers, but she knew one thing for sure. This was just the beginning. Maya couldn't stop thinking about the messages. She felt the pen was guiding her to something important, something no one else could see. The latest message said, "Follow the whispering streets at midnight." So, one cold night, she put on her coat and followed the strange whispers again. They led her to an old, abandoned building. The door creaked as she pushed it open. Inside, the air was heavy with dust, and the place smelled of old paper. Maya realized it was a library. Shelves stood tall, filled with books, though many were broken or covered in cobwebs. Why would the pen bring me here? She whispered to herself. As she walked deeper into the library, something shiny caught her eye. On a table lay a small, locked journal with a strange symbol on its cover. Maya picked it up. The symbol looked familiar, like she had seen it somewhere before. The journal didn't have a key, but when Maya touched the pen to it, the lock clicked open. Her heart raced as she flipped through the pages. The journal was written in code, but some words stood out: danger, secrets, and control. Maya's hands trembled as she read further. One line made her freeze. The city is not what it seems. They control everything: news, decisions, lives. Maya's mind raced. Who were they? What did this mean? She turned more pages and found a drawing of the same symbol on the cover. Below it, the words read, "The Whisperer's Circle. Midnight will reveal the truth." Maya's heart pounded. This wasn't just a random adventure anymore. She had stumbled upon something much bigger. A secret organization was controlling her city, and they didn't want anyone to know. She clutched the journal and the pen tightly. This is why the pen found me, Maya thought. It wants me to uncover the truth. But she also felt fear. If this group was so powerful, what would they do if they found out she knew? Maya took a deep breath. She didn't have all the answers yet, but she knew one thing. She couldn't turn back now. Maya knew she was getting closer to the truth. The secret journal talked about a powerful group that controlled the city. She didn't know who they were, but she was sure they didn't want anyone to find out their secrets. One night, as she walked home, she felt something strange, a feeling in her chest, like someone was watching her. She turned around quickly. A man in a dark coat was standing at the corner. Maya's heart raced. She walked faster. The man didn't move. But when she turned the next corner, she saw him again, closer this time. She rushed into her apartment and locked the door. Her hands were shaking. Was she imagining things? Or was someone really following her? The next morning, she woke up to a shock. Her apartment door was open. Her books were scattered. The drawers were pulled out. Someone had been inside. She checked her desk. The pen and the journal were still there. But someone had searched her things. Her heart pounded. This was real. Someone knew what she was doing. Someone wanted to stop her. Fear crept into her mind. What if they were dangerous? What if they were watching her right now? But then she clenched her fists. She had come too far to stop now. No, she whispered. I won't give up. She grabbed the pen and the journal. If they wanted to scare her, it wasn't going to work. She needed to find out the truth before it was too late. Maya knew she couldn't stop now. The pen had led her to the secret journal, and someone had broken into her apartment. That meant one thing. She was close to the truth. That night, she held the pen and whispered, "Show me the next step." She wrote on a blank page, but nothing appeared. Then she waited for the moonlight. Slowly, glowing words formed on the paper. The answer lies beneath the old bridge. Maya's heart pounded. She grabbed her coat and hurried out. The city streets were quiet, but she felt eyes watching her. She kept moving. At the bridge, she searched carefully. Then she saw it, a small metal box hidden under the stones. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Inside were old documents and photographs. She held them up to the moonlight. The pictures showed powerful people, politicians, business leaders, news anchors. And there was something else: secret meetings, money exchanges, and weapons. Her breath caught. This was proof of corruption, of illegal deals. The media was controlled. The news was fake. Everything was a lie. She flipped through more papers. One name kept appearing, a name she had seen before in the journal. Before she could process it, she heard footsteps. Maya froze. Someone was coming. She stuffed the papers into her bag and ran. Her heart pounded as she dashed through the empty streets. She couldn't go home. It wasn't safe anymore. Each step brought her closer to the truth, but it also brought danger. Now she had proof. But what would she do with it? She had a choice: run and hide, or fight for the truth. Maya took a deep breath. She had come too far to turn back. Invisible ink. Allies and betrayal. Maya knew she couldn't do this alone. The truth was too big, too dangerous. She needed help. She thought of Ravi, her best friend. He was a tech expert, smart and careful. If anyone could help her decode the journal, it was him. That night, she met Ravi in a small cafe. She showed him the journal and the strange pen. Ravi's eyes widened. "This is serious, Maya. If this is real, we're in danger." "I know," Maya whispered, "but I have to find the truth." For the next few days, they worked together. Ravi used his computer to decode the journal. Slowly, the hidden messages became clear. The truth was worse than Maya had imagined. The city was controlled by a secret group. They used fake news, dirty money, and illegal weapons to keep their power. Anyone who got too close disappeared. Maya felt cold fear in her chest. We have to be careful, she told Ravi. I think someone is watching me. Ravi nodded. Someone close to you could be working for them. Maya's stomach twisted. Could it be true? Could someone she trusted be a spy? One night, Maya waited for Ravi at their usual meeting place, but he didn't come. Her phone buzzed. A message from Ravi. Maya, they know about the pen. I have to go. Be careful. Her hands went cold. Ravi was gone. Had he run away? Or had they taken him? Maya clutched the pen tightly. She was alone again. But now she was also running out of time. Maya sat alone in her small apartment, holding the pen tightly. Ravi was gone. Someone was watching her, but she couldn't stop now. She needed to know more about the pen. Where did it come from? Why was it so special? She started searching online, looking for anything about invisible ink, secret messages, or similar pens. After hours of searching, she found something. A news article from 10 years ago. The article was about a journalist named Arjun Mehta. He had been investigating corruption in the city. He had proof against powerful people, but before he could reveal it, he disappeared. Maya's heart pounded. She kept reading. Some people believed Arjun had left behind secret messages. His notes were never found. But the article mentioned something strange. He always carried an old pen. Maya gasped. Was this his pen? She flipped through the journal again, this time looking carefully at the ink. It only appeared in moonlight. Then she found a hidden note in the journal. If you are reading this, the fight is now yours. Tears welled up in her eyes. Arjun had tried to expose the truth, but someone had silenced him. The pen wasn't just a tool. It was a message, a warning. The ink reacted to moonlight because it was made with a secret formula designed to keep messages hidden from enemies. Maya shivered. This pen had survived. But would she? She wasn't just chasing a story anymore. She was finishing what Arjun had started. And that meant she was in more danger than ever before. Maya knew this was her last chance. She had all the evidence. The truth about the secret organization, the corruption, the crimes, everything. But she had to act fast. If she failed, they would silence her forever. She had tracked down the leader of the organization, a powerful man named Vikram Sethi. That night, she sneaked into his office, her heart pounding. Vikram sat behind a large desk, calm and cold. You should have stopped, Maya, he said. Now, it's too late. Maya held up her phone. I have proof, she said, and I will show it to the world. Vikram smiled. You won't get the chance. Before Maya could move, the lights went out. Footsteps echoed in the hallway. They were coming for her. She ran out of the building into the dark streets. The city was alive, but she felt alone. She heard the sound of cars behind her. They were chasing her. She turned into a narrow alley. Her breath was fast. She had to send the evidence now. Her hands shook as she opened her phone. She tried to upload the files, but suddenly her screen went black. They had hacked her device. No, 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 she whispered. Then a message popped up on the screen. I've got you. Keep running. Maya's eyes widened. Ravi. He was alive, and he was helping her. She ran toward an old building where Ravi had set up a secret system. She burst inside. Ravi was there, typing fast. They can't stop us now, he said. I'm streaming everything live. On the screen, the evidence was going out to the world. Videos, documents, names. The truth was no longer a secret. Outside, sirens wailed. The police had arrived. Maya and Ravi watched as the city woke up to the truth. The fight was over. Maya looked at the pen in her hand. It had started with invisible ink. Now, the whole world could see. She took a deep breath. She had won.